access into John's property. I'll let you know if I find anything. Sending you visuals now. Just entered the conservatory where the spiking took place, and let me know if you spot anything too.
Hello, is that the police? I'd like to report a break-in and a murder.
Okay, this is interesting. What is that? Unmarked envelope. Bingo. Interesting. To John and Paul, you're invited to our monthly members only party at the Verde Club, Saturday the 9th of September 2023. Interesting. I'm taking that for evidence. What is that? That is interesting. Sure, I should have spotted that when I first come in. Let's take a look. Hi, Henry. Okay. Shit. How's he gone? Oh shit. I think we've been compromised. There's someone else here. I'm gonna go and check it out. Another business card. Thank you for your business. Not the one I found at the other crime scene. Bloody hell. You've got to be kidding me. Body. What's that? A Joker card. I wonder if there's any connection to the missing body at Paul's property. I mean, there was no body and this could very well be Paul. Oh God. But one way to find out. Okay, that's Paul. We found the missing body. I don't know if you're catching this, but I found Paul's body. It's at John's property.
It's the police, put a gun down, you're under arrest.
Okay, I'm putting the gun down on the floor. Putting it down now. I told you, it's not what it looks like.
Sorry Harry, you're under arrest on suspicion of 2 cases of murder, possession of a dangerous weapon and breaking and entering. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention or question anything which you later alarm in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
We have just received some breaking news. A man in his mid-20s has been arrested on suspicion of murder for the murder of John Lark, and we believe a body has also been found, who we understand could be the missing body from the unusual crime scene we have been covering in Westminster for the past 3 weeks. Police believe these are related murders. When we receive more information, we will bring this to you.
calling you by your alter ego name of Sherlock. For the purposes of this interview, I'll be calling you by your real name, which is Henry. So Henry, I'm going to play the recorder. Are you sure you don't want a lawyer?
No, let's get on with it, shall we? May I ask where Inspector Maxwell is, though? I thought he was on this case.
How do I put this? Let's just say Inspector Maxwell has been put on other cases due to the conflict of interest with yourself. So you're stuck with me and Constable Irwin. Shall we begin?
As you wish.
Commencing interview at time 10:30. So Henry, you're here today in question on account of 2 murders. The first being that of Paul Smith on the 19th of August 2023, and the second being John Lark on the 20th of August 2023. Have you got anything to say?
I've already told you I'm innocent. Just look at the facts. I've been framed.
The facts are you were the only person to see our only witness and suspect that knew what was going on. And while you were with them, they ended up dead. I have no eyewitnesses to verify that you didn't go around there with the intention of spiking the man's drink. Then literally 48 hours later, we find you in John's property once again, only this time with the missing body from the crime scene in Westminster. Did you need to cover up your tracks and go back? Or were you hoping to hide the body there and think no one would go back and check?
Can I have a tea? 2 sugars?
No, Henry! I'm asking you a question. Take this seriously. This is a serious matter.
Actually, you haven't asked me anything we haven't been over before. Yes, I was with John when he was spiked, but I went round there to ask questions after me and Inspector Maxwell found his address on the business card left behind by the culprit. But somehow, someone had been there and spiked the drink before I arrived. Now, I had very good intentions of being there. I went back there to find out if I could find any clues as to why he was murdered. And then you guys come barging in literally 60 seconds after I discovered the body. And by the way, there was someone else at the property too. A man in a black hoodie, and he got away. Now, my question to you guys is, how did you know I was going to be there?
Can't discuss that, Henry.
You had a tip-off, didn't you? And I know exactly who it was. If you want this case solved, you have to let me go.
Henry, you're free to go.
About time.
Henry, you okay?
Clara.
I was watching you and the detective. They let you out?
Yep, not enough evidence. They let me out until further notice.
No problem.
Well, I guess I owe you some thanks. Couldn't have spent another few nights in that boring old place.
So, what's the plan now? You gonna try to get to the bottom of this and prove your innocence?
Well, you know me. I don't suppose you know who it is, do you?
How would I know?
Well, John, who was spiked by cyanide, said to me it was someone very close to me.
Maybe he was confused. He was dying after all.
Maybe, but it got me thinking. You know, if it's someone very close to me, they'd know my very next move. And that's why we need to stick together and be as loud as we can and try and bring them out into the light and away from hiding.
But what's the plan?
Well, the gentleman that was found in my property dead was a man called Paul, and he was in his early 20s. Now, the funny thing is, he belonged to this gentleman's club alongside, you guessed it, John, who was spiked by cyanide. Now, too much of a coincidence if you ask me. When doing a little bit digging again, I was thinking, well, what if they both had information or knew something which the killer didn't want to get out, and then they'd gone and been killed for it. So it also wants to say that someone at the club doesn't also have this information, meaning they're next.
But what's the plan? Interview them all?
Yes, and no time like the present.
Won't they recognise you? Bearing in mind half of the country now thinks you did it?
I'm working on that.
So what was there that you had me flying all over the world to meet you and you couldn't say on the telephone?
It's Henry.
What about him? I thought you had him covered.
He's very determined to clear his name, and he's asking far too many questions. I'm worried he's getting close to us.
Why do I have to give jobs to incompetent people? Want a job well done, do it yourself.
Henry's going to a gentleman's club to investigate and ask questions. He's taking me with him. I think I have an idea for us to get to you-know-who before Henry does.
That sounds good. Tell me more about it.